HiFuture is back. Yes, they are. They're bringing us a thing called a FutureGo Pro. Here's a link to their website. You can pick up this stainless steel beauty and get a coupon discount off of the already low price. Yep. What's inside this one? Well, first of all, what's it made of? Stainless steel, absolutely. The body's great. The band is great. It's a 1.32-inch FHD, good size, 360 by 360 pixel screen on it. We've got long battery life, more storage space, all that stuff. In terms of the actual specs, it's using Bluetooth 5, full 3 ATM waterproof, and it does swimming as one of its activities. The RAM's shown here. It gives you a good selection of watch faces and such. You've got Android 5 and iOS 10 and above compatibility, so even your older phones will work with it. 20 days of life for the battery with a capacity of 430 milliamp hours internal. So it's a really good sized battery too. It's a bit on the heavy side as a result of that. It's definitely a nice, well, let's take a look at it. I love how you can play with words on this one. This is the FutureGo Pro from HiFuture, right? Or is it the FutureGo Pro? I don't know. Anyway, it definitely gets attention. We got a lot of stuff on the box we're going to look at. HiFuture QR code will take you right there. There's their Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. These guys are living in the future because they already understand this stuff. And just put a QR code that you can scan with your phone to take you to their sources. There's another thing called the Gen 2 Trucklord display that I want to call your attention to on this watch. Not a lot of information on it, but that's the technology that they're using on the FutureGo Pro. And it's full stainless steel. Really well done on the box, gotta admit that. On the back tells you we got a 1.32-inch display. We've seen all that. 3 ATM waterproof, blood oxygen, up to 20 days use, and so forth. Okay, yeah, I think so too. It's time to take a look at it. When we open it, good presentation. I want to point that out. You have a little box here that takes you into the future with HiFuture. Make life more valuable, it says. Now you're part of their team. And this is the watch that they have brought you right here with a beautiful stainless steel band, HiFuture on the buckle, wrapped already in plastic to protect it. You've got the watch body itself and a cover that says, be sure to charge it up fully before you turn it on. That's always wise. We got a tachometer type of a bezel on it. Again, really nice polished body. 2 buttons. What have you got on the back? A nice seal for that 3 ATM waterproofing. And the charging port here. And a little bit of descriptive information on the back. That's it inside the box. There's nothing else in here. But over here, we have other goodies. On this side, I've got what looks like a user's manual. Oh, okay, it goes all the way through. And we've got the charging cable and a warranty. So this is a watch with a warranty from HiFuture. The charger, easy. It's a standard USB connection to a 2-pin magnetically coupled charging head, which I get backwards again. Always do that. It's pretty strong, but not quite strong enough to hold the watch. The watch is quite heavy. It really is. You're going to definitely feel this one. It's a dress watch for sure. The manual itself now is a little accordion thing that unfolds like so. Wow, my goodness. Okay. Where do we even begin? How about over here? FutureGo Pro, GloryFit download, how you turn the power on, set it up to pair, what you're going to do on the home screen, the different layout of your apps. It's got sports mode, charging. Going across here, you can replace the strap, of course. Product parameters are listed there, some notes, precautions. The warranty card is reproduced here as well, and then there's documentation and help, and some basic specs down at the bottom. And the last screen then takes us into another language, and that continues also on the back. So, very interesting single page, double-side print for the manual. And of course, there's the QR codes again for going to the different social media sites. Alrighty, we're going to take that advice and charge it up, and let's take a look at this thing. A single press on the side upper button turns it on. Wait for it, wait for it. There we go. HiFuture logo, bright, nice screen, and lands right into its first watch face. So very attractive overall watch. I'm very impressed with these guys. Slide down, you get a bunch of different controls here. You've got a find your phone type of a thing. It'll ring your phone if you're tethered to it and connected. And we can leave that there. We've got a do not disturb feature that you can toggle on and off or set it to go on automatically. This is going to be about your app layout in the app drawer. We'll get back to that. Here we have the changing of your dials. Wow, it's a fast timeout. We're going to change that right now. Here's our overall brightness. You can see it can go low or super bright. Really nice. I'm going to keep that at about that level for here. Here's the bright screen going off at 5 seconds. I'm going to make that 15 seconds so we're not running out and having to turn it on all of the time. You got about the watch. It's the FutureGo Pro and version information for you. And then you can turn the watch off here or long press and you can turn it off from the side. Reset the watch, and this is of course the QR code to download the GloryFit app. You can get to it right from the watch itself. All of that is right here in the settings, and then of course there's brightness right there. We did all that, and yeah, this is where when you come over here and look at your apps, you can have them display linearly or the bubble or a circle. I'm moving too quickly through here. Here we go. And they'll look like this in bubble, but you have to memorize, of course, what each of the icons are. And in the circle, they'll look like this. And you can twirl them around, and whichever one is showing up right in the middle is the one that you would activate. So for our purposes, we go linear. That way I make sure I don't miss any of them. But before we get there, swipe up. You get into your messages sent from the phone, if you have any. And then going around, you get into all the different cards that include your step count, distance traveled, and calories burned for your pedometer. Here's your heart rate. Wore it all last night, took it off a little while ago. So you see it black is right there, and then it started up again when I was getting ready for the review. Gives you your high and your low, and of course it will give you your heart rate using the green diodes. If you're wearing it, that'll pop up right there at the top. In addition, you got blood oxygen. It doesn't show you any history on here, but it will give you the reading. It uses the red diodes, and it takes it a while to get that reading, so you got to wear it and hold on to it. Last night's sleep time, deep and light sleep, and of course more detail on the Tethering app. And then weather in your area with a little bit of a forecast, and no additional pages on that either. And that's everything. Click here, you come back, press and hold. You can change into different watch faces. Let's go to a digital one for a change. Looks like this. Okay. If I press the bottom button, I get into all of the different fitness activities. There's no GPS in the watch. It ties in with the pedometer. But you do have outdoor running, indoor running, walking, alpinism, that's climbing. You have swimming on this watch. It's 3 ATM, so you can actually activate a swimming activity. And we want to not do that right now. We've got skipping and tennis and table tennis, a few different activities that you can choose from. Rugby, yoga, gymnastics, and other. Other's kind of like a free-form exercise. It primarily is going to measure the time, calories burned, and your heart rate. It'll pick up off of the back. My fingers are touching the diode, I guess. And of course, we can bail out of that as well. And any of that data is transferred over to the app too. And slide over now to the side, and here we go through everything. Training is exactly what we did when we pressed the button. Status is exactly what we saw when we flipped through the cards. So a lot of these are the same. Heart rate, last night's sleep time, blood oxygen, and weather. We've seen all that. This is a music player, lets you remotely play music on your phone. There's no speaker in here, so you'll hear it coming out of your phone. There's messages. Now these are new and different, kind of little hidden Easter eggs. Stress when you come in here. It takes 3 minutes for it to get a reading, but it's going to be measuring your heart rate variability and give you an idea of your current stress level. There's no history of previous ones, and once you leave it, it goes away. When you come back in, there's nothing listed there. So it's a one-time stress check. Respiration rate, same kind of thing. It's going to give you your heart rate, but while you're wearing it, it's going to be assessing your breathing and tell you what your breath rate is. And again, there's no history on that either, but those are pretty cool. You have this function thing, which is another subset where you can get into a stopwatch, timer, find your phone, and an overall flashlight that just basically makes the screen white and black. So you can use it to find your keys or whatever. And that was in that function area. Then you've got settings and you've got female. So it will tell you where you are in your cycle if you've set that up on the GloryFit app. And it will read back on the watch so you know where you are in the cycle. And then settings is what we already looked at before when we pulled it down. So you've basically seen everything. Let's show you some of the other dials. Here's another one, another funky kind of digital one. Here's an analog one with some other displays on it. And that's even a weather forecast right there. Another digital watch is here. And then you have a face that you can download from the app, which is what I did. And that's what you're looking at there. So let's switch over and take a look at the app. Once again, the app is GloryFit. Get it from the Google Play Store or use the link in the show notes down below. When you've installed it, set it all up, and activate it, you'll come into the home page, which has all of the basic data that's collected on the watch. Current temperature in your area. This is red if you're not Bluetooth, white if you are. So I'm connected. I can come in here and see step chart of all of my activity so far for the day. Went to the bathroom a couple of times during the night. It even picked that up. Here's the breakdown of the half-hour period, I guess. Oh, it's in zones. It's detecting a walk between 11:25 and 11:30 for that many steps and so forth. And more is down here. So you have, interesting, okay, you have specific times of doing specific activities. It's smart enough to detect that. That's pretty cool. You got heart rate recording. Touch anywhere and it's going to show you the time and what your heart rate was, your basic heart rate. And when you tap in here, you get that same chart with the same information, but it also gives you a percentage of when you're in the different heart rate zones. All part of GloryFit app. We've covered this many times before. Here's your last night's sleep time and broken down into deep, light, and awake. There's no REM testing on this. It doesn't tell you when you're in REM. But interestingly enough, in the continuous blood oxygen reading, it looks like it can pick up when you are possibly in sleep apnea or holding your breath. There's some reason that your heart blood oxygen level has dropped. So you got a chart here, should be between 95 and 100, but I got a couple of moments there that it dropped down, if I can get it right on there, 83 it said at 5:30 this morning, and so forth. So that's on the blood oxygen record. You get it again if you press here, and you get more detail here that lets you go down and find specifically those low blood oxygen level points. So that's something nice to know. By the way, I think you've seen that you can start a remote reading on any of these here just by hitting that start button. And that's it for the different cards on the first screen. Sports takes you into your area. You can actually activate an outdoor running or walking and get the GPS connection, and the tracking will be on here. Device is where you have all of the activities that you can turn on or off. Raise to see the display, do not disturb, and of course some universal settings related to time and units and so forth are here as well. Basic information. And then the me is where you set up your own information that you can register as male or female, and I generally register female for these so you can see things like the period tracking that will show up if you are registered that way. Sometimes if you register male, you don't see it. Speaking of which, here's the overall cycle in the app, and you saw that it's picking up and transmitting ovulation was over to the watch. So nice integration between the watch and the app in terms of the female cycle information. That's pretty much it for the app, but I haven't showed it to you on. It's really easy. This band, it just folds over and clicks right there. It happens to be sized pretty right for me. I didn't change it at all, and I wore it last night to get the last night's sleep time this way. It's a really nice, attractive dress watch. It's definitely got its own unique look and feel, and it's available right now. So there you go. You can pick it up in silver form as well as the black from HiFuture's website. It's the FutureGo Pro beautiful sports and dress watch. Thanks for watching, gang, and we'll see you again soon.